Arches National Park is a wonderland of red rocks and blue sky. The red rock landscape at Arches might feel timeless, dreamlike, or even otherworldly. People have documented over 2,000 natural stone arches within park boundaries. You can see arches, towers, pinnacles, and balanced rocks from the paved park roads. Take a hike, and you can see even more.
There is one road that travels through Arches National Park, and that is Arches Scenic Drive. It is 19 miles in length, from Highway 191 to the Devil's Garden trailhead in the back of the park. It takes about a half an hour to drive the total distance, but it will take much longer than that, as you ooh and ah at the arches and detour to various viewpoints and hiking trails.
Arches National Park is a national park in eastern Utah, United States. The park is adjacent to the Colorado River. More than 2,000 natural sandstone arches are located in the park, including the well-known Delicate Arch, as well as a variety of unique geological resources and formations. The park contains the highest density of natural arches in the world.
The national park lies above an underground evaporite layer or salt bed, which is the main cause of the formation of the arches, spires, balanced rocks, sandstone fins, and eroded monoliths in the area. This salt bed is thousands of feet thick in places and was deposited in the Paradox Basin of the Colorado Plateau some 300 million years ago when a sea flowed into the region and eventually evaporated. Over millions of years, the salt bed was covered with debris eroded from the Uncompahgre uplift to the northeast. During the early Jurassic, desert conditions prevailed in the region and the vast Navajo sandstone was deposited.
Humans have occupied the region since the last ice age 10,000 years ago. Fremont people and ancestral Puebloans lived in the area until about 700 years ago. Spanish missionaries encountered Ute and Paiute tribes in the area when they first came through in 1775, but the first European Americans to attempt settlement in the area were the Mormon Elk Mountain Mission in 1855, who soon abandoned the area. Ranchers, farmers, and prospectors later settled Moab in the neighboring Riverine Valley in the late 1870s. Word of the beauty of the surrounding rock formations spread beyond the settlement as a possible tourist destination.
La Salle Mountains Viewpoint. This is the first viewpoint you will come to as you drive into Arches. Again, there are no arches in view, but you do get a 360 degrees panoramic view not only of the park but also of the La Salle Mountains off in the distance. You can have a better view over the rocky landmarks at the front of the park. The time of day you are here makes a big impact on your photos.
Hikers at Arches National Park can take advantage of a wide variety of trails. Some hikes in Arches take only a couple hours to complete, while others are longer half-day hikes for the intermediate and advanced hiker. For those who prefer to tour by car, there are many scenic driving routes for viewing some of the park's largest arches, including a drive to one of the most iconic rock formations in the world, the Delicate Arch Viewpoint. Arches National Park has the densest concentration of natural stone arches in the world. There are over 2,000 documented arches in the park, plus pinnacles, balanced rocks, fins, and other geologic formations. Some are more notable than others.
The best time to visit Arches National Park is April through May and September through October, when daytime temperatures average about 60 to 80 degrees. In the summer, temperatures can exceed 100 degrees, which can make exploring the park's trails very uncomfortable.
Visitors can enjoy biking, camping, rock climbing, and hiking. Positioned in a high desert with elevations ranging from 4,085 to 5,653 feet above sea level in southeast Utah, Arches National Park contains over 2,000 natural sandstone arches. Over 1 million people visit Arches National Park every year, and just about everyone wants to see all of the major views within the park. One of the most heavily visited arches is Delicate Arch. As a result of its popularity, you should always expect to see people surrounding this world-famous arch. Although it may occasionally happen, it is unrealistic to expect a solitary experience around Delicate Arch. Be courteous to other visitors during your visit to the arch, and do not expect people to move away from this world-famous landmark during your photographs. Remember that not everyone who visits this arch is a photographer. Most people simply want to experience the joy of standing next to such a beautiful landmark. People can add skill to any photo of Delicate Arch, so make your visit a great shared experience for everyone involved. To get an up-close view of Delicate Arch, you are going to have to do some hiking. It's a 3-mile round-trip hike over slick rock and sandy trails. From the car park, you will walk uphill most of the way to get to the arch. There is one short section of trail with a drop-off on one side. This is located just before you get to Delicate Arch. Kids can do this hike, but you will need to keep an eye on them, especially as you walk this short section. Garden of Eden. This is worth the quick stop to see these knobby hoodoos and sandstone rock formations. Just before you reach the Garden of Eden, there is a pull-out for a panoramic view of the windows and turret arches against the backdrop of the Lost Cell Mountains. Double Arch. It may look small from a distance, but these arches are massive. In fact, Double Arch is the tallest arch in the park. It is a short walk to get here, and this is one of the few places where you can climb on the rocks under the arch. The windows and turret arch. On this short hike, you get to see 3 very cool arches: North Window, South Window, and Turret Arch. These arches are connected by one hiking trail. To get to Turret Arch, take the spur trail just a short distance. You can hike back to your car via the primitive trail. This trail is not as well marked as the main trail, and you will need to follow the cairns, piles of rocks used as trail markers, to find your way. The primitive trail adds about 0.5 miles to the hike. Devil's Garden and Landscape Arch. Devil's Garden is the best hike to do in Arches National Park. What makes it so great? Not only can you visit the amazing Landscape Arch, but you can also see 7 more arches and some of the best landscapes in the park. On the way to Landscape Arch, visit Pine Tree Arch and Tunnel Arch. Once you see Landscape Arch, you can turn around and hike back to your car. Or keep going. The hiking gets to be more fun and more challenging as you walk on massive sandstone fins and enjoy views across the park. Visit Navajo Arch, Partition Arch, and Double O Arch, an arch that looks strangely similar to Double Arch.